Hello everyone, this is Solaris290, and with the new year fast approaching, I figured I'd just give my brief thoughts on 5 anime that I'm looking forward to coming out next year. So in no particular order, let's just start. First on this list shall be Go-toubun no Hanayome. This series, also known in English as the Quintessential Quintuplets, or more literally, The 5 Equal Brides, is a romantic comedy type series by Neji Haluba. It's been published since 2017 after a successful one-shot, and it's now currently at 7 volumes with around 61 chapters or so. Overall, it's a series I'm definitely looking forward to. The main strength of the series for me comes from how the series kind of simultaneously stays true to the harem aspect that it's based off, but also plays around with it somewhat. What I mean to say is that the series is a harem series, there's no doubt about that. The main male protagonist has his interactions and romantic developments with the 5 titular quintuplet sisters, the Nakanos. However, how it plays with it is in the way that by starting off with the reveal that he's going to marry one of the girls, it quickly covers itself for any of the harem, numerous girls are going to be introduced and he's going to spend ages stepping around who's going to be the main girl. No, it's clearly going to be one of the 5 sisters, that much set in stone. But nonetheless, it also has an enjoyable mystery part to it, where the author gradually plays around with one's expectations in dropping various misdirections or red herrings and hints about which one of the sisters it will be. That's where the ambiguity lies. Which one of the quintuplets will he marry? But overall, Go-toubun no Hanayome is a fairly enjoyable cast. And as such, I'm looking forward to this series come January 2019. Otherwise, the next series I'm looking forward to is Vinland Saga. Now this one is not confirmed for the particular season, but nonetheless it is going to be coming out. Vinland Saga 2 is based off a manga, and this is probably my favourite historical fiction type manga outside of Kingdom, although I started Vinland Saga first. Vinland Saga details the life of Thorfinn Karlsefni. He was based on a real historical figure, much like with Shin from Kingdom. And Thorfinn lives at the height of the Viking Age. This includes the Viking invasion of England with Sweyn and Canute, one with specific grasp on that period of English history, i.e. the Last Kingdom, Vikings. It's all that kind of time period. The main characters are of course Vikings, and with that there's a lot of fighting, blood, gore and rape. It's probably to be expected, but nonetheless the series does a good job in presenting its character as one who tries to deconstruct and really get into the head of why is this culture based so purely on violence and gain of materials. Thorfinn is very introspective and becomes rather somewhat of a pacifist, it could be said, as the series goes on. His other members of its cast include Askeladd, who is an utterly immortal trickster, who has very interesting interactions with Thorfinn, from being a sworn enemy to somewhat of a mentor. And then there's Thorkel, and Thorkel, I'm so looking forward to him coming in there. Thorkel is literally the god of war incarnate. I mean, Hulk can eat your heart out, Thorkel is the man for that. Otherwise, the series does a good job with its art, and it has a nice number of scenic shots from the snow and the mountains of Iceland to the hills of Wales to the plains of England and the promise of the New World even. There's a lot to unpack with Vinland Saga, and one that I'm definitely looking forward to. Next series on this list is going to be Attack on Titan Season 3, the second half I might as well talk about. Or should it be Season 4? The last episode of Season 3 really promised a whole lot to come. That glitchy preview was pretty scary, but really exciting with promising us of what's going to happen. The whole fight between Mikasa and Levi, the Ackermans. What's that all about? Well, you'll gradually learn as you read on in the series. But certainly if the series, depending on how far it goes, it's going to completely change everything you knew about the series. The world building is very slow burning, but it builds itself up to an amazing reveal, and nothing will be the same from what you know of the world of Attack on Titan after this next half of Season 3. I mean, not too much else to say about that without spoiling too much, but if Wit Studio, as long as they keep up the same efforts they've done with art and animation, and yet keeping the story moving at a consistent pace, definitely looking forward to it, no doubt. And then, lastly, I might briefly mention Tate no Yusha, or The Rising of the Shield Hero. This one is actually, I think the first episode is even out in Raw now, and it's going to be the most recent one starting, but it's not too much different from the other Isekai series. I think where it stands out is just how much it's kind of willing to let its protagonist go to the depths, really. It really is scraping himself up from this darkest hour, deepest, darkest place possible. Tate no Yusha has a very cynical outlook in terms of how it sets itself about. I mean, comparing it to something like Re:Zero, which is, yes, it's cynical, but nonetheless, Sabalu was able to kind of like get himself out of his situation. There were aspects like Ram and Rem and Emilio who were there as his sources of respite. It's kind of similar with Tate no Yusha. Your characters like Raftalia and Firo, who help Naofumi to get himself out of this extremely, again, dark situation he gets in. I mean, the series, dare I say, is a little bit edgy at times in terms of, the main character gets accused of basically sexual assault, and of course he's virtually exiled from the kingdom, branded a traitor. And the other three heroes are not really that well developed initially. I mean, it's a series I'm looking forward to. I think so. Certainly from what I've seen of the soundtrack. God, that soundtrack is amazing. I'm definitely going to enjoy that. But yeah, overall that's my thoughts on some 4 to 5 anime I'm looking forward to in 2019. Pretty rambling, but nonetheless. This is Solaris90, signing out.